So, thank you everybody for coming in for our meeting. I'm going to start out by introducing us, the board members, and then we'll kind of go through some financials of the masjid, just to kind of enlighten everybody. This is not a method of, kind of trap anybody into giving or make anybody feel guilty about not giving, but this is more or less just to kind of, introduce everything to you, what we see on the back side versus what you guys see on the front side. So to start out with, my name is Adil Sheikh. I serve as the president. We have Sister Amita. She is the public relations, so she handles all the communications within the community, or any kind of community events, she handles that. Adnan will serve as the treasurer. He handles all the money side of it, as well as far as what comes in, what goes out. Dr. Hussein serves as the vice president. He assists everybody in making sure that we make the right decisions. And Brother Masoud will serve as the maintenance and facilities coordinator, which means hopefully once we get everything rolling, anything that needs to go wrong will go through him, or any kind of changes that we need to make will go through him. So I'll start out with the introduction, and then I'll pass it to just kind of along the line here. So our motto is the Dalton Islamic Center. It's where faith and community meet. Okay. One of the things, we were kind of talking about our mission statement, and what we came up with is our mission statement as the Dalton Islamic Center is to serve the spiritual, educational, social needs of the Muslim community within the Dalton, while fostering faith, community service, and understanding through worship, learning, and community engagement. Okay? It's very important. We are live in a multicultural religion area, so we want to make sure that we are in line with everybody else as far as the AC turn off. No. So we want to make sure that we are kind of part of that community as well. So in our community, we kind of noticed that we have over 200 weekly attendance. The majority of that is on Fridays during the Jummah prayer. We have 2 youth programs, one being the MSAs at Dalton State College, and then one we have the Sunday school here at our facility. 3 community events throughout the year. Both of those are, of course, Eid, Ramadan, and then the second Eid. We have children that volunteer for school. So we have about 1,500 hours that we write as voluntary hours for students of our community that serve the 150 plus families served, and then 12 interfaith partners. The interfaith partners are churches that invite us to come either speak about our religion on their premises, or sometimes if we haven't had it in a while, but we invite others to come speak on their behalf to kind of intermingle our involvement, because we don't want to be the single standing out, but it also helps us kind of influence our children, our families on what we see and what we hear from other religions as well. So I'm going to pass it to Adnan since he's the treasurer. He'll go over the financial overview.
Hi, assalamu alaikum everyone. Financial overview, so everybody understands where we're at and what we're trying to do is, all we did was we took 2025 as a starting point for us. Obviously we're in 2026, we've got January, a month is really not going to help us trying to figure out what we had incoming and outgoing. What we did was we looked at 2025 as a starting point of, hey, when we just started 2025, this is where we were, this is where we ended up on December 31st, 2020. It's the fiscal year to date, so that way we have a better understanding of where our money went, how it was spent, and where it was spent on. So here's a source of income that we've got. As you can see, regular donations, fundraising events, and community contributions, and then others is just people lending us money, saying, here you go, put this to use wherever you feel like doing it. So here's a breakdown of, hey, this is where our income comes from. The majority of it, regular donations. By a show of hands, how many people do you think donate on a regular basis? Monthly incoming outgoing. There's only 15 of us that do that. So just imagine running your own household with knowing, hey, how much are we going to contribute each month? And we're standing up here saying, we don't know. We only have a certain amount of people that are donating monthly. I understand people are putting money in the box, which is great, and keep it up for that. But we would like that to be a little bit more consistent as far as we know what's incoming, so we can be more outward with you guys saying, this is what we need. We've had a hard time trying to do that, but let's hope for the future, inshallah, that we can work on trying to get more regular income on a monthly basis that's regular, as opposed to just saying, we're short this month, this much, and we're short or over. The goal is to be over, but in order to do that, we need to know where we were at. So here's where our breakdown was for 2025, where our money went. So as you can see, majority of our payroll, it goes towards payroll. So $4,100 roughly goes towards payroll, utilities $1,250, security monitor $192, maintenance, meaning supplies, cleaning, garbage, it's $846, insurance $931 a month, and other, that means when we have moms coming from outside, we pay them to come. It's not some do it for free, some we pay. But like, hey, we need you to come, and we give them $150 every time when they come. So let's be aware of that as well. So whenever you see somebody, that doesn't mean that they're asking for it, we're providing for them, but they're providing us a service. So here's the breakdown of what I was talking about. So payroll, utilities, security monitoring, maintenance, insurance, and the other administrative supplies and software and stuff like that. So you're looking at total monthly expenses of $8,100. I stand up here saying, out of that, guaranteed monthly that comes in that I know for sure, last year was $1,625 a month. That was guaranteed coming in. Meaning that the others, yes, they came from the box, and we were also short as well. Just a breakdown of where our money's going, as you can see there, it's the same. There's a different way of looking at it that, hey, the majority of our money is spent towards the mom, which is what we need, right? That's where it's going, and everything else. Again, this is just 2025 expenses. This does not include Sunday school and all the other activities that we have going on, like for Eid and all that is not included in this. That is a separate thing. Also, school donations, stuff like that, it is not included. We have 5 accounts that we service. Just backtrack this a little bit. So this is income, spending, shortfall, what our average monthly spend was versus our shortfall each month. This is 2025 only. As you can see, every month, $69 in the negative is where we were for 2025. We got to work on changing that for 2026. So here are the accounts that we were talking about. Cemetery, we've got about $35,000 left in there. Multi-purpose building, I'll speak on that in a little bit, $6,700. Sunday school account has $10,000 roughly in there. Our main account is what I was talking about, and then our zakat is $3,700 left still to spend from last Ramadan. We gotta make sure that we get that spent for this Ramadan. So reserve, we gotta keep a reserve in there just to show everybody that hey, this is what we have to keep this.
So let me kind of highlight on that. So the 80,000. So right now, alhamdulillah, we have about 92,000 in our account. But we always don't consider the 80,000. Okay, that is our backup money. God forbid if anything happens like natural disasters, or as they call them, Mother Nature caused events. Okay, if the side of the masjid is going to blow out because of a tornado or something, our insurance doesn't cover that. That's considered an act of God. Okay, so we keep that money separate because in case of an emergency, obviously, if something happens to one side of the mosque, we have to get that repaired immediately. How are we going to get that repaired immediately? It's not going to be by going and asking for donations. It's by reserve money. So we, as a board, and even in the previous boards, we have decided $80,000 is untouchable. Okay? We keep that to the side. We forget about it. We don't even use that into our accounting system because that is emergency money only. So just look at it. Every month, if you go back on the slide, we're running our whole masjid on $12,000. So what you guys give between the first and the last of the month adds to that 12, and that's how we pay our bills. So if you notice, we're not going any further because we're at $12,000. If for some odd reason something prevented us from using the mosque for 1 month, that's it. I mean, we're down to zero because we're using $8,000 of that 12 to pay for all the expenses, and those are not going to go away, right? Just like your house. Just because you're not working, your bank is not going to say, okay, you don't have to pay your mortgage this month. We understand you're not working. Okay? Or your electricity bill, same thing. They're not going to come knocking on your door and say, hey, we understand you're having a tough time. It's okay, you don't have to pay your electricity bill this month. That doesn't happen. We still have to make our payments that we normally do. So look at those numbers as a very cautious thing for us. And that's what we frown upon every time we look at this stuff is, hey, we have masajids, even churches and things like that with millions of dollars in their account. And here we are struggling with $12,000.
All right, yeah, just going back to what he was talking about, operating account, building fund, emergency reserve, and program development. We as a board, we want to make sure that we have board oversight and approval for everything. So every money that's spent, all 5 of us have to agree on where it needs to go and why it needs to go. So that way there's no question about it from the committee saying, hey, where did our money go? We've got all the financial receipts to back them up saying this is where your money went, this is where it's going towards. We just want to make sure that we are going to do this on a monthly basis as far as keeping track of it. Every quarter I'm going to make that commitment to send out a statement every quarter. So everybody knows that, hey, this is where we were at, this is where we're going, and this is where we're going to end up. So every quarter, the attempt will be to send that out as a newsletter type situation where we can say, hey, this is where we're at the end of 3 months, here's our balance. Here's where our health of our community is as far as dollars are concerned. So we'll make that commitment to do that. So that, as far as current projects, we want to speak on this a little bit more. That's from the last board as well. So.
Yeah. So obviously, if you guys look around our mosque, we have a lot of things to do. Okay, we have lighting that's out. If you look on the outside of our masjid, our paint needs to be refreshed. You know, there's leakage in the roof in the ladies' area, or there's leakage in the bathrooms. There's all these events that happen in the background, but we don't try to portray those. A lot of the things, if you saw, the Ron was changing the bulbs himself. We did that the other day. We try to save money where we can, so we're not really, trying to spend money where it's not necessary. Some of the brothers come help to kind of help us save that money, but
We have a lot of improvements that need to be done to the mosque, but we can't do that knowing that we only have $12,000 in the bank to play with, especially knowing that we don't know the uncertainty of what's going to come in. That's where Imam's statement comes in. We have 15 people that donate, which is about $1,600. We know that's coming in because it's automatically drew from their account. If something happens, obviously their card's not working or something, that's not going to come in. But we know we have $1,600. Just like you said, how are you going to plan your expenses at your house knowing you only have $1,600 coming in? Do you not kind of hold back and say, hey, I may have something uncertain rise up that I want to save for? So one of the things that we want to do is obviously upgrade our AC systems. They are still the same systems from back in 2005 whenever the Sajid was built. They are not efficient. They do use a lot of electricity that we could probably save if we replace those. Some of the things we had planned on doing was installing new security cameras. Our security cameras are out of date. If you look at them, I can tell you there's a person there, but I can't tell you who it is, whether it's a female or a male. So we need to upgrade those, and that's roughly around a $3,000 cost. Refreshing our prayer hall carpet. If you guys look at it, I think we've changed it once since the site has been built. It needs to be refreshed. We need to kind of change up a little bit the environment. And then renovate the ventilation area, which part of that is just the toilet area, because we have a lot of plumbing issues there, and we have a lot of leakages, especially on the women's side. We want to be able to expand on our Sunday school, and hopefully we'll get Sister Mira to talk about that on the Sunday school side of it, and be able to add more classes. And we'll kind of introduce a piece of information to you towards the end. Hopefully that'll help you get a better understanding of this as well. We had plans, even in the last board, to set up a food pantry, just to kind of sit outside. It doesn't necessarily have to be for our Muslim families. It can be for anybody that comes through and needs it. It helps us kind of get recognized throughout the community. Hey, give some, take some. If you have some to put in there, you can put it in there. If you want to take some because you're struggling, please feel free to take some. And then obviously the emergency assistance program. Alhamdulillah, we have a lot, I don't want to say a lot, but we have a sufficient amount of money in the zakat account, which kind of helps us help our community, Muslim families as well as externally if we do have to. So, but we would like to be able to do that a little bit more broader. But again, we need your support on that as well. Future goals, we drew out some plans for our community building. Each year we struggle to figure out how we're going to warm up the sitting area. Guys, for the next, I believe the calendar states, for the next 15 years, Ramadan is in winter. Okay? So we have to do something to kind of improve that. We want to be able to have a community center outside to where our kids can come play. They can have meetings there. They can have a hangout place there. You can have, get gatherings, even personal family gatherings. Let's say somebody's having a wedding event. You could use that, That would be also an income generating, a revenue generator for us, because if, let's say you're going to have a family wedding, you're going to rent a hall for $6,000, but you say, hey, I just got one, I can spend $4,000 and just do it there. Plus, it'll help us, kind of do a revenue generation there as well. We want to be able to attract more youth to our facility. Okay? We're having a lot of issue with that. Some maybe related to other things, but hopefully the changes that we're going to announce to you towards the end will kind of help with that as well. So we want to be able to expand on that as well, and also become a stronger engagement community within the Dalton area. We want to be recognized as somebody that plays with everybody else, right? Plays along. Because we don't want to be the single man standing out. We also don't want to be tagged what our media or what their media always tags us as. We want to be known as someone that is able to intermingle with everybody else as well. So how can you help? Okay? Again, like I told you at the beginning, we're not going to try to embarrass anybody about who's given, who's not given. That's between you and Allah. Okay? Whether you give $1 or you give $100,000 a year, that's between you and that. But we would ask for more dedicated pledges from our community members. Okay? Whether it's $25 a month, you say, hey, I can only donate $25,000 or $25 a month, knowing that I'm going to be tied into a amount. Okay? And then if you have extra, throw it in the box. But we got to have some sort of guaranteed income coming in, knowing that we're going to have this much to be able to spend. Volunteer your time. As you can see, in a community of 400, we have about 15, 20 that show up. Volunteer your time, because that's what shows a commitment towards our get-togetherness. Okay? So be able to be present in things like this. Also, be able to be present during Sunday school hours and be able to help the teachers with that. And hopefully, we're going to try to do some more activities this year that kind of involve our community getting together along.
Yeah, so just going back to the help. So if we're looking at, let's say we want to be at $15,000 goal, 150 people donating $100 a month will get us to that. Now, when we sit around and eat and we're looking around, we get a lot of people who are coming in from somewhere. They're coming, but that money's not coming into itself. So all we're saying is get the word out. Thank you guys for coming to here, because I know you guys are donating a lot of you do. But let's get the community word out there that, hey, all it takes is 150 people to commit to $100 a month. That's $15,000. Almost double of what we need. That's going to help us with all these future goals. And everything we get on top of that, that's great. We're going to put that in the reserve fund and go towards projects that we've got that we need to fix. Everybody complains about, oh, it's too cold, it's too hot, it's this, it's that. Hey, we understand that. But we need some sort of revenue stream to help fix those issues. I'm not a plumber. I'm not an electrician. God does both. But he can't do all of it at one time. Right? All five of us, the issue happens is, when there's 5 people on the board, it's like, that's not my problem to fix. That's the board's issue. I walk out here and pick up trash. Yeah, everybody needs to pick up the trash. Everybody needs to put in the work, do the volunteerism. We want to build a house for us here, absolutely, but we're also looking at build a house upstairs as well, right? That should be our end goal. So let's think about that as a community as a whole, saying that, hey, what do we need to do to get this done? And like I said, $100 from $150, that's all we need. We'll be at $15,000. Anything we get on top of that, that's what we need. Now let's not say 150. I just use that as a quick math because it's easy for me to do in my head. Everybody wants to do more, great. Do less, that's fine. But that should be the minimum. That should be our standard where we need to be every month. Again, community engagement, like you talked about, volunteer your time, come in. 2 Saturdays, we've been out here trying to fix these lights, bulbs, do all of that. We sent out a message, 4 people showed up. Okay, great, 4 people showed up. Well, no, that's great. It took us 8 hours to do it. We could have done it in 2 hours if we had more people come in. But the small little things like that have to be in our mindset. We have to think about these things that, hey, what is it that the community needs? This is what we need. We need help, first of all. Then we need monetary help second.
All right, so some of the announcements that we were going to announce to you guys is we want to thank Chef Sadiq for the time that he has spent with us the last 3 years. He will be leaving his leadership role, and inshallah, we wish him all the best. He will still join us as a community member and attend Ramadan, inshallah. With that being said, we're going to invite Chef Khalid. Since you and I had that meeting, I'll kind of pass this on to you to kind of introduce Chef Khalid and what he has to bring to our community.
As we said, the change sometimes from one chef to another or something like that brings a new blood to the community, more people, more engagement. And we felt at time that this kind of hiring a chef, we don't need maybe a full-time chef, again, for the expenses, for the work that we done in the military. So let's start as a part-time chef that can help mainly for Hamadan, for Sunday school, for some people, sometimes not. And then after this time, we can call it like a probation period. And if we are sure that this chef is fitting with our community likes, and then we can extend it to the full-time community. So the change with Chef Khalid, actually, we look at the website and his activities in Michigan and other places, and alhamdulillah, he did a great job on difference. Not just in khutbah, but also for the community structures, for community involvement, for the Sunday schools, for the converts. There's some people who convert, and how can we help them for something like that. So we met with him and put everything on the table. This is what we need. Are we ready to do something like that or not? And he actually promised us that he will be more engaged and more actively So we need.
It was his idea for the probationary period, so that was something that we wanted.
Yes, because again, when we actually agree for it. So because what we said to him, we may like you, but maybe you don't like us, which is totally normal, right? Not like I mean like that, because if someone moves from a very large community, like a couple of thousand Drayton or Jomah or Halak or something like that, come from a very small community, and I don't like to call us very small. We are not small community, right? But small activities. That's what we can say. So sometimes it's a hard step to downgrade yourself, not as a scholar and less, but being for the people, for everything. And he agreed with that. And he is actually has a lot of potential to do something like that. The meeting was very, very successful. We met him later on again and discussed everything in more details. And he agreed to do like 2 halakas per month, meeting Jum'ah prayer twice a month. So we need somebody else to cover other 2 Jum'ahs. Sheikh Sadiq, when he said we will be here, he actually said he will too do some of these things here. And also during Ramadan, which is very, very important. And the reason we did that before Ramadan, because we need the community to be more engaged in Ramadan, based on the community feedback right from a couple of years ago. So that's why we thought about this is the best time now to get the community together, especially in Ramadan time. Of course, Sheikh Sadiq and Sheikh Khalid cannot cover the entire Ramadan. That's why we have Brother Abdul Rahman, and everybody doing very well from last Ramadan, before I think, yeah. And
Stand up, brother.
yeah, Brother
If y'all
Abdul
don't
Rahman,
know him, he's
and inshallah, he agreed to lead our Taraweeh. In addition, of course, Sheikh Khalid agreed to come at least once or twice a week with our Taraweeh. We hope, inshallah, is doing what we expected, and because, again, his background and his knowledge and everything, inshallah, we trust that we can get the community again together. It's not the Sheikh, by the way. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy that we're fortunate that I serve in different masajids in different states, from California, Texas, Florida. By the way, all these complaints we talk about exactly the same thing in all masajids. There's no difference at all. The money, and election, donation, and everything. But sometimes when you bring somebody to bring the community together, it's much better than you bring as a very high scholar and cannot bring everybody with us. This is what happened. We need this one. We need somebody to get this community all together. We need to see in Halakha, not just 2 or 3 people sitting around a full masjid like in Ramadan or an Eid. And this is the job of the not the board, not anybody. If the man can do that, this is a very successful man, even his knowledge maybe is not like in the scholars or very, very knowledge. So hopefully, inshallah, that. And also, we don't need to, or we like to thank also Sheikh Sadiq for what he did. This is a long time with us, a lot of work. So we are also very thankful to him and wish him all the best, inshallah. So we need you to talk to other people in the community, talk to your friends and everybody, that we need to support. Because if the Sheikh comes and nobody listens to him, so why we stay here? Right? Like exactly any teacher or anyone in the school that I'm teaching them, I'm just going and talk to myself, so why I'm staying here? So I'm going to find another job. Right? And this is the job they live on. It's not jobs, it's not a volunteer. So support them. And we see this provision of time. We will see if you agree with that or not. This is we have. And here we did that actually. We sit them with him after almost like we said 3 months I think or something like that. And we look at all the feedback first with the community, right, and how he did. And we will continue or not. This is our pure decision. This will be our decision. Jazakallah khair, and again, spread the word and welcome him. Just give him support until we see what happens.
One thing I want to add about Sheikh Khalid is he went to school for this stuff, right? The education that he has, he went to school 10, 15, 20 years, however long it took him. So his knowledge is based upon facts. of read facts that people have taught him. It's not based upon, just learning over time. So we can stand here and we can bring in 10 imams, whether they be scholars or somebody that's homegrown. But none of that will work for us if you guys don't show up for these halakas. We will have 2 halakas a month. We ask that everybody please show up. Like Brother said, if he's standing here talking to himself or he's talking to the camera, pretty soon he's going to say, hey, this is not the community for me. Nobody cares about my efforts that I put into learning about this and being able to give this education back if we don't show up. So please, we ask, during the halakas, invite a friend. You can bring your kids. We will have activities for the kids to be able to play separate. If you feel like they're too young to sit in within the halakas, they can play outside or play in the little play area. But make your attendance count. Be here for that, please. So I'm going to invite Sister Amira to come and highlight the Sunday school a little bit, because Sunday school is one of the things that is self-sustained. Okay, the masjid does not help them, not intentionally. We don't help them, but they are self-sustained. They get their own money, whether it's through fees or through donation boxes, and they manage that money. And they also, the services that they provide on their end, they're not getting paid for this. It's totally free. They're not being compensated for it. So the time that they spend teaching our kids, I as a board president, and I'm pretty sure it's the remainder of the board, I thank them a lot for being able to provide this to our community, because without them, it wouldn't be possible, right? We can always, one of the biggest things that I have is, my wife, she could probably teach my kids sitting at home, but they're not going to be as effective, because you start to feel sorry for them and you start to care for them, so you kind of let off a little bit. These teachers do a great job as far as that goes, being able to, self-sustain a area to where the parents don't have to worry about that. So, Sister Amira, just kind of highlight on what.
Actually speaking, I cannot speak on behalf of them. Asma's here.
Okay.
And they are not prepared because it was, the meeting was kind of short notice for them to prepare for their budget and stuff. I'm just a mediator to facilitate their role between them and the board. So I think they will be ready next time, inshallah, to prepare their budget and to explain everything going on in the Sunday school, what their needs and what they need in the future to enhance their service and stuff. So, Sister Asma, do you want to say anything? Okay, we're waiting for y'all for next time, okay? Last presentation was awesome, and we will do it again, inshallah, sooner. All can I do speak about our community service with the schools. We served this year 3 schools. The previous 3 years we were serving just 2 schools, Rome School and Blue Ridge. This year we added Brookwood, and they reached out to us. And this is the good, this is the beauty of it. Like, these schools now reach out to Dalton Islamic Center. It used to be through their PTA, which was Sister Hanan Amin, Sheikh Hamid's daughter. But this year they reach out directly and they ask for the needs. And that is great because, we prove that we are here for the community, we are Muslims, and this is our mission in our masjid, to serve our community. And we're so pleased and they are so grateful. They send these every year as a thank you for what we're providing. I wish that we enhance or enlarge our donations to more needy, not only schools, on behalf of the Dalton Islamic Center. So I think this is a great advertisement and da'wah in Islam, advertisement in their language. So inshallah, we'll do our best to do that. Thank you so much.
Just want to add something about, I'm loud in teaching, so I'm for the Sheikh Khalid, alhamdulillah, he agreed also to work with our kids in the Sunday school, every Sunday school. So it's not just once a week, once a month or something like that. And when we looked at his background in Michigan and another masajid, he did a great job with this kind of adult kids even he said, I don't need any, I'm not following any textbook or something like that, but I need to hear from them and help them with any issues that they have, thinking, especially if they are going to non-Muslim schools or regular schools. So definitely there are many things that you need to ask for. And we, inshallah, will trust him that will help our children very, very well. Because we don't need to think now about ourselves. We need a good shape for ourselves, yes, right? But the most important thing that we need our children to be the Shias later, not as a scholars, right? But leading this community. We are going to leave sooner or later. And this community will continue with our children. So if they are not well prepared for something like that, this community after couple of years, la qaddar Allah, God forbid, that it's gone. So here, alhamdulillah, he will have that. And we didn't put any kind of job descriptions, what he needs to do in Sunday school. But we told him that clearly that the school, teachers and board, they manage that with them. So please pick your plan, what exactly you need him to do, and he's willing to follow what. And he has also some ideas, maybe can help, but it comes from you first, that you help him to tell him what he needs to do for something like that.
Out of respect for his knowledge, we do ask that you use him for the elderly kids, somebody that teenagers, somebody that we can use for them to soak his knowledge and be able to further use it later towards the younger kids. So that's the only thing we ask. Brother Masab, you got anything?
No, this like those fund we have very low. Is that anything we can do to increase? Like maybe we have like in the first of the week of Ramadan, we have a Tari dinners for all those community people, like businessmen and all those Muslim community people, to invite them here.
We tried that a couple of years ago. We were going to do that, but we didn't want anybody to feel obligated for just because I'm not donating or I'm not donating enough, I'm not invited. So that was the only thing that kind of held us back. But what we can do is sponsorship dinners like that. But
I've seen a lot of the community doing that, and their response was really good too. You know? So if we can try maybe one day and personally invite those people, a lot of doctors, a lot of good businessmen and all those,
Dr. Sain, you got anything else?
Good.
Brother, sister? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do that here in just a second. So one of the things for Ramadan, I've already got the calendar up there. If you want to choose a day or your family wants to choose a day to sponsor, please go ahead and fill that in. Last year we had some issues where multiple families signed up for the last day. So we kind of took a head start on that. It's hanging up right now. If you want to donate towards sponsorship, let's say your family just doesn't have time to cook, you can donate. I believe it's $1,000, and that'll feed whoever's here for that night. We'll do that on your behalf. We'll either cater it in or ask some sisters cook, and we'll pay them for their time and their ingredients as well. Some of the things that we want to kind of talk about, and I know this is something for the general public, but Ramadan etiquettes, okay? One of the things is our biggest thing is dig seeds every year. I'm still trying to find some dig seed plants, but they're not growing in this carpet for some odd reason.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Date plants. Yeah, people are trying to grow them in the carpet because they shove them inside the little holes. So let's try not to do that this year.
The best way to buy a date without the seed.
You got me a lost one a little.
We tried that one year, and a lot of people complain. They're like, "These are dried out. Why are you buy these?" So nobody's ever had it. So please be careful with your kids. All right, respect this place. It's a place of worship. If we'll have trash bins out for the big seeds. We'll have trash bins for the cups, bottled water. Even though every year we say we're not going to do bottled water, but unfortunately that's the only source of water that we can have that you can carry around. So if you get a bottle, write your name on it so you don't forget it somewhere. Try not to leave them on these calm posts, because at the end we're just picking them up, dumping them in the grass, and then throwing them away, which is a waste of water. Everything else, we'll have these posters kind of sitting. We'll have one posted in the men's side, one in the women's side, one in the iftar area. Try not to waste food. We want as much attendance as possible during Ramadan. That is the one time where kids get together, where families get together, and we actually get to see each other, we get to meet each other. There's a lot of Muslim brothers that I knew I came to pray with, and I saw them in the mosque, but the only time I got to meet them was in Ramadan, when we actually sat down at the same table and ate. So please, make sure you come and show your attendance. If you are doing iftar, please make sure you follow all safety guidelines. You know, if you have to wear gloves, if you're sick, try not to have a car with us. I'd like to continue Ramadan without getting sick. And then just, you know, show kindness and patience whenever you're out at the food area. And don't be like some of the brothers that push others to try to get to the food first. I see you. So you know, just kind of be patient on that part. So now we're just going to kind of have a little open meeting area. Anybody have any questions about anything? Go ahead, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yusuf Ali. I moved up here 2.5 years ago from West Palm Beach, Florida. My wife and I. The first thing that I would say is that, and I say everything that comes from my heart, rather my mouth is from my heart. I try to attend Jummah on a weekly basis, and on a weekly basis, I generally bring a friend out of Atlanta. They'll drive up here that far. Here recently, I've had a brother from Palestine staying with me. He's been coming. And he was rather surprised on Jummah that the mosque is not packed, the attendance. And I would go as far as saying to you, in all honesty, that in 2.5 years of being here on a weekly basis, I can look forward to one brother, maybe 3 brothers at the most, of even giving me songs. So I would ask you the question of how do you become more welcoming to the community when it's not being done here? That's one. I own a marketing and advertising agency and have for 30 years. I also am a publisher and I own a magazine in West Palm Beach. I also own a magazine here in Georgia called Georgia's Business and Lifestyle Magazine. I'd like to throw my hat in taking care of your website. I don't want your job or PR, but the communication of getting out to the public really starts with here, because I'm glad to see that there's been some big changes made on the website, because I had a terrible time in finding out like prayer times. Getting in contact with people and who can I call and blah, blah, blah. When we first moved up here, we were living in Marietta, in the shade that on Friday. We were at West Cobb first, and then at Marietta. Today, I still receive text messages from them on a weekly basis, maybe at the least, of what's going on. That would be my encouragement. I would like to send out, I have the servers, I have the necessary equipment to do not only email broadcast and email blast, but they're all locked in, they're double locked in, you have to get permission. You're getting phone numbers for fobs, you know, it's part of security. So why are we not sending text messages out about this community meeting? On your website right now, you don't have anything that says about this event for today. This is encouragement. This is said very positively. So I say that in saying that, you know, my suggestion and, you know, what I'd like to do is start doing broadcasts or text messages and say this going on and this and that's going on. Along with that, I'm glad to see how we can help. You know, the question was how we could help. And at other masjids that I've attended, there has been that weekly, the deduction. I didn't know it took place here. I didn't know. I would have signed up a long time ago. Yeah, debit my account. But they also did it on tiers too, you know, and that was great because my math doesn't say 150 people at $100, I'm a degree in town. You're playing it too close. I'm saying you got 200 members, let's get $100 from 200 members because I'm going to kick in extra. I'm going to make up for somebody else. Let me sponsor someone else that can't do $25 a week. Okay, let's do 200 people at $100 a month. That's $20,000. So if there is any shortfall, you're not playing it close. As another suggestion too, I came up here to leave West Palm Beach, Florida. Beautiful lifestyle, beach, all this good stuff, to create a sustainable farm. We have a sustainable farm. I have 380 chickens. I knew nothing about chickens. I have eggs. And the reason I did this sustainable farm was not only to feed my family, feed my friends, and feed the community. So my wife has brought eggs to the women before, but she felt discouraged because she brought eggs and everybody took eggs and no one talked to her. Disappointing. So I say this, that yeah, we'll become more involved, but I'd love for everybody to become more involved in my family and me. Along with that, here's a suggestion, is why not do a green market or a farmer's market on Saturday? You have enough room out here, you have enough parking space, you rent out tables or tents to vendors to sell their arts and crafts, sell their soap, sell the things that they create in their home, because people are looking for how can they make extra money, and they're creating soap and really nice stuff. And then, you've got a farmer's market going on, and I think that's a really good suggestion, because as you want to become more involved with the community and show the community that you can play, or the masjid can play in the sandbox just as well as everybody else does. What are you doing from a PR standpoint to even get your name out, get the word out? So that's a question. Okay? So, and again, my name is Yusuf Ali. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, and I hope that more of you brothers will be more welcoming, because I love to talk and speak to people, and I go to Marietta as much as I can, just because after Juma, everybody congregates and stands outside for 20, 30 minutes before they get in the car. Here, off to back to work or whatever. It's a madhouse, it's a rush. So, I'd like to meet more brothers as I'm semi-retired. And in coming up here, moving up here, I was trying to avoid cancer. Mother died of cancer, sister died of cancer, father died of cancer. I didn't need a crystal ball, but again, it's my faith about Allah. And I sought refuge in Him. I got cancer. For the past year and a half, I've been fighting cancer, and I'm cancer-free. So the sustainable farm didn't work. It was a little bit too late, but at the same time, I said all that to say, it's a beautiful place that we live up here in northwest Georgia. We've got Chattanooga so close, we've got Dalton, we've got Calhoun, where I drive up from Resaca. So, I hope that you take me in positively.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And again, how do I get me and my business involved in the website and communication?
Absolutely. Thank you, Brother Yusuf. Great points there. Like you said, we do need to kind of take that time on Fridays to kind of get together and congregate a little bit. I do see, in my mind, as soon as the chef says it's all late, my intentions are run up there before everybody starts running out. But I think everybody else's intentions are run out before he's supposed to get up there. So, with that being said, who else?
Assalamu alaikum. Nasser, Apanor. You guys know me, but regardless the future, alhamdulillah, we're planning to get a new chair. As a community, God knows how many years we've been asking for, at least for the board to pinpoint one day out of the month for community gathering, call it food, call it gathering. After that we do jalsa, kids We know each other, like this brother he said, I've been here for the community. And the board, every board said, we work on it. It's been 15 years and the board never done nothing about this. That's need to be issued for every single one of you guys. We need the results as soon as possible. A month, a day, every month, first Saturday, rain, sunny, shine, no excuse. Family gathering for all communities. Whoever showed up. If I'm busy, busy. I don't have to, but this is way overdone. I'm asking every single person in the board right now, this is a priority for the community, especially with the new shift coming in, and this gotta be done, one thing. Second thing, you guys keep talking about the parking. God knows how many times you stood up, please brother, I'm talking to the wall, it's embarrassing myself, what I'm doing. And also the issue is safety. We had 1 week here, I think 2 18-wheelers, one 18-wheelers tried to get out as soon as we left, and it was a chaos, it was dangerous. And other brothers said, oh, they want to come to Jumu'ah, what are they gonna do? The issue is 18-wheelers has to be outside the parking lot. It does a lot of damage to the parking lot. Not the issue of safety, as we always talking about the keys and safety. That's a huge safety risk. We need a sign outside, 18-wheelers period. I mean, and everybody knows that. All the 18-wheelers they know where to park or when to come. I want everybody to come to Jumu'ah. Second of all, whoever park on the emergency, where is the fire truck, which is basically every week, brothers, please, brothers. Jumu'ah is this solution has been going on for years. Years, not 1 month, since, please, brother, please. Nobody listen. The issue is easy to fix. We paint all the edges red, no parking. We hire one of them towing trucks company, come and haul 10, 15, haul whatever you want to haul. Once the brothers, if you're in a hurry, you are so special, you want to park on the closest to Jama. Okay, go pick up your car from the AA towing company. Issue solved. Because this here we've been fighting for years, not 5 years, since the start of this job. As far the gathering for Ramadan, the preparation, I hope it worked. Last year it was tough. It was the weather was a little bit better than this year. This year is, okay. And last year, you know it and I know it. All the kids, 1 month, 2 months, they were just next to them. We were just pray. We put the heater next to them. Okay. And the kids, 5 years, 6 years, they will not stand the cold. They will come here and make a mess whether you like it or not. Okay, we are a community. Other communities outside, north, Canada, you go see how they deal with this weather. It's easy. We could use the inside. We use an area with carpet under it, plastic. Once come time for iftar, you roll the plastic, you roll a piece of papers like that, and everybody's eat. We try to be clean as we can. And everybody responsible about his kids. We got kids, they can't get. So that's not, I want to keep the Jama clean. That was past. We are right now, is Ramadan. I hope it works outside, but you know what, I know that we cannot stand the cold right now as an adult outside. So I don't know how Ramadan is going to work. So the issue is, we get a space. We can use it here, plastic. We can get carpet and put it on top of this carpet. We roll it after we're done. We try to do our best. And as you said, this carpet is old. It needs to be refreshed. So let's use it. This year, we try to keep it as clean as we can. But at least, you need the community to come in Ramadan. Outside, I hope it worked, but the way it is, the cold this year, I don't think nobody's going to sustain that cold. So let's use it inside. It's a good plan. But if it does not work outside, we have a second plan. Let's use inside. Plastic, carpet, whatever you want to cut it go. It got there, it got there. We try our best, everyone to control his kids.
Nobody controls his kids.
Yeah, everybody should control his kids. I mean, we are the same community as other communities up north.
What should be is not applicable. We tried in Eid, we tried in other Ramadans, it was a chaos. We were gonna lose the premises inside and outside, actually, brother.
No. Your eyes, your opinions, I understand it. You want to keep the Jama beauty. We try our best. Carpet, plastic on top of it. You're done with the food, roll it and clean up. Okay? We're not going to keep the Jama beauty. The beauty is with the community inside and happy how to use it. Our community is not different than Detroit, not different than cold place. This is how they do it. Our kids are the same as their kids. Okay? And this is how they do it. Do it outside, it's not going to work. Keep the Jama beauty. I want the Jama beautiful. Everybody needs the Jama beautiful. But you need also the community to be beautiful inside the Jama.
So you're talking about like the women's area, or what are you talking about?
Huh?
You're talking about the women's area? Or?
It does not matter. An area is inside. Here, outside, woman area, you guys pick and choose. It has to be inside. Outside, good luck. I'm not.
No, I told you.
I have port issue.
No, I mean, you say everything right, but
So let me answer your questions one at a time. First one is the community gatherings. Inshallah, we've tried, okay? We have tried immensely, and everybody shows up, but there's a lot of cost involved in that.
A what?
Cost. There's a lot of cost involved in that. I don't know if you know this or not, and I know you do a lot of events, but alhamdulillah, everybody says, hey, give me Brother Nasser if you want anything done outside. But a normal event for us to be able to gather as a community is roughly around $2,500. That includes renting the inflatables, buying the food.
I never discussed that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you from the board's perspective because I've been in the board longer than these guys. So it costs roughly around $2,500. This goes back to our financial situation. When you only got 12
Brother, you're talking about $2,500 for the monthly meeting?
No.
So you're talking about the gathering.
You won't do anything.
for the gatherings.
Get
for the gatherings.
inflatables, get food.
You have to get food. You have
Bring
to
your
get
own
the
food and
inflatables.
come in, this is the
The
gathering.
same, bring your own
Right,
food.
he's talking
Bring
about
your own food and this is the
bringing
gathering.
food from the families, but eating inside.
Yeah, I'm going to answer all your questions one at a time, and then let me know. So that's where we stand on that. Alhamdulillah, inshallah, okay? This is one of those inshallah that we're going to attempt not like to get rid of you, okay? It's one of those inshallahs. We're going to try to do more gatherings this time because we have a sheikh.
It's not more gathering, brothers. It's just a set date like Chattanooga does it, like every Jama, every community.
Correct.
They
We want
have
it to
a
be-
set
We
date.
want it to be Islamic related.
Exactly.
So we
you
want to have a
chef
sheikh here.
give jalsa.
Exactly. Now we have a sheikh that'll do that.
And you don't have, you could just bring your own donor like we did today.
Yeah, no,
There has
what I'm
to be
saying-
food involved.
Food has to be involved, trust me.
I mean, it does
Well,
not
actually,
have
you
to
know
be.
what? He's right about the gathering part.
Yes.
Listen, let me just, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
He's right about the gathering part, okay? The sheikh starts bringing people in, and he, you know, at first, they might not come. At first, it might be costly, but I think eventually, it will
Pay off.
pay off, and it will progress. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's where I was
Especially
getting.
with the kids. But listen, let me just say, the adults, I'm gonna say that bad. The adults have their groups to hang out with.
Yes.
I mean, you know, you can sugarcoat it, you can say this, the kids don't hang, those kids don't know no groups. The kids all play together, that's really the most important thing. For us, it's over, it's for the kids.
Absolutely.
And if you don't get the kids involved now, like since this community is over, the kids are not involved now, you're not gonna get them, you're not gonna get them.
So this is,
You're not gonna
like
get
at
them.
the non-media commitment on
And let me
financials, this is my
one thing.
commitment on the
You
community.
need, everybody here, nobody's gonna like this.
Yeah.
You need to quit caring about what people think, hurting their feelings. Hurt their feelings. Tow their cars. Tell them they don't pay, they have, whatever you have to do. Here's the thing, you get it on a thing where Islam, you got, okay, brother's Muslim, I don't want to hurt his feelings. But if you really, you know, if you're Muslim, you should say, okay, you know what, I shouldn't be doing this. So the Muslim can't be one-sided. You can't be, okay, this is Muslim, I don't want to hurt feelings. Well, I mean, you know, as a Muslim thing, you should be doing your duty. So, hurt people's feelings. If you need to hurt their feelings, hurt their feelings. They'll get over it. But what we're doing now, in a lot of ways, I don't want to bring the thing, it's okay, it's okay. And it's just like a kid. You let him go, you let him go, you let him go. 5 years later, you can't control the kid. You got to do something. And hopefully, Sheikh, the new Sheikh kind of,
kind of praise them, but you guys as a board need to kind of put some stepping stones and say, listen, this can't be done.
I agree with you because my experience in Florida, in Tampa, Florida, for the Islamic schools, one of the major problems happened there during the dismissal time. People just leave their car and go inside to meet the teachers, and everybody's stuck in there. And this is the Islamic school, and all the parents and everybody is listening. We keep talking to them, nothing happened. Until we hire the police to come during the dismissal time, and nobody stopped again. Unfortunately, that happened. I know it shouldn't be happening like this, but this is the rules. Because if I am a Muslim and I go to the Kruger and put my car anywhere,
100%.
I will pay my ticket immediately. They will not excuse me or something like that.
I said that.
So we need. I agree with you. We need a very hard decision sometimes. The gathering, I feel 70% to get these things, or the dynamic of the mosque or the masjid, depends on the shoulder of the imam. The imam can bring the entire body. I'm not saying we're not involved, of course not. We're listening, we have to make things working. But that's why we need to support him at the beginning, right? And see if he can bring this community or not. This is the most important. Without imam, believe me, nothing gonna happen. And a good imam, I'm not even just want to put this off. Without the support of the imam, he will encourage even to fix this problem with parking, to fix the behavior of kids, behavior of the adults, right?
You're throwing too much on him. Why are you throwing
No,
too
I'm
much
not thinking too
on
much
the
about
imam?
them, but in masjid, it is true. In the masjid, the imam is the figure for everybody, not me. I may talk, not listen too much from you. And you said, 15 years now, and we keep saying the same thing and nothing happened. But the imam is not just to do the work. This is the figure for every single member here. If I see the imam talking about something from Deen side, from Sharia side, from community side, this will be more effective way. I'm not saying put everything in the imam's shoulders and let him do whatever we want. Of course not. This doesn't work. But at least when you support the imam, you feel comfortable, we can work with him. This is the point that we need this community to fix, right? And he will be the one who leads these kind of things for talking for people, for everything. Support the imam is very, very important. Believe me. I agree with you for many things that for parking for this 18-wheelers. Gathering meeting, if you don't have somebody to talk to the community and convince them and they feel comfortable to sit and talk and asking questions and not be offended for anything, next time you will see the double people will come. For sure. This is our nature. Right?
And brother, but you know what?
You're not having this conversation.
I'm going to tell you what the board, in my eyes, did a terrible job. Okay? If the imam is not doing, I'll say it out there. I'm not pissing people off, but you want to know the truth.
This is
I'm not say what it is. If the imam is not, all I hear is like, all we can do is afford this guy right here. That's all we can afford. Okay, so basically, you are setting the failure up for the community. That's what you're doing. You're setting it up. It's like me, hiring an employee, say, okay, well, he's messing up, but that's all I can afford. Okay, well, your business is going to go nowhere if the guy's going to keep messing up and you're going to keep him on board. You know what I'm saying? The man has, you're right. It's not on the man, but the man has a lot to do. You have to feel like, hey, he's engaging. He has to get the younger people together so they can progress and whatever. But the board also needs to know if he doesn't do a good job, don't let it go. It's okay, even if he comes, like I said, part-time, and I mentioned that before, bring somebody part-time. Just to kind of have somebody part-time do a good job, then better to have somebody full-time that not getting nobody's attention.
Well, that's why we took that change, because of the feedback that we got from the community.
And we made
but the feedback has been going for years, and I'm not trying to, but it just, it should have been like, hey, you know what? It shouldn't be, if you only worry about the money thing, nothing else falls in place. If you put everything, if everything else falls in place, the money will come. Donations will come. If I know that, hey, listen, there's no change, like I support Sunday school if I need to, but everything else I'm like, okay, well, if somebody really needs it, I hope other than that, I'm not going to go out of my way. But if you see change, you see things going, people automatically will say, you know what? Let me help towards this. Let me help towards this. And it will come. The The money's not gonna come first. The change has to come first, the money will come in, the donation will come in later.
That's right.
You know?
And he's right. I mean, never in this masjid or even previous masjid, when somebody from the board stood up and said, we need this, it met the same week, it met the same day. You know it, and I know it. Once we need something, we get it done. As a community, now I'm talking about as a community, there was somebody who will step up.
Absolutely.
Okay? And we'll always do it. Okay? So the issue is we're always behind 12 and just show us a program that we're gonna do and the money's be there. Show us a program for the young people. They wanna come go camping in the 3-month period. We have this plan. We need to raise up this much and we'll see how many kids are gonna go Muslim camping. Involve the young kids, all this new generation. We've done it 1 time, 2 times, like in 15 years. Done for 10 people, 15 people. They still remember it as a Muslim camp. Let's do it. It was a success, but we never repeated it for 10 years. Why?
I'll tell you why. Because you cannot do, 5 people cannot do all of this. I think the community needs a sub-board. They need volunteers. If you are leaning on 5 people to run the masjid, I'm telling you honestly, because I've been there for a while, run the mosque, answer all the complaints, do all of this, it's not going to happen. You need a second layer of volunteers. Volunteers who can do the halaqah, they can run, they can be younger people, send the invitations to the people and run from it. But if you leave on 5 people, that's what I'm saying, like volunteers,
Even if it's not sub-board or anything.
or sub-board, whatever call it.
We ask for volunteers for anything, as like 2 weeks ago when they were doing the pergola. 4 people, 5 people, 6 people out of 400, as he mentioned before. We need volunteers. Sunday school are thriving for volunteers.
But if the change comes, the volunteers will come and the money will come. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You are not going to get volunteers. You are not going to get your donations every month. You're not going to get any of that.
Donations,
if it can stay, no, even volunteers.
But the volunteers, I tell you, we have a problem with volunteering.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that because when I came here like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we did outside. I mean, I felt so bad. I was so sad. See,
his picture was not there.
He was cold, and I have this young guy. He just converted to Islam, and he was up there with him and with me. You know, he just converted to Islam. You know, he's not. He was not.
And it was freezing, by the way, at that time.
And you know, I'm not going to say that, but I have another young man was with me. You know, he cannot. He's not supposed to be doing what he was doing with me. And you know what I'm talking about. You know? It was so sad.
I like the fact that you're bringing up the change will bring more participation. And that's what our intentions are with this change. But even previously, anything that you do for the masjid, you're not doing it for me, you're not doing it for her, you're not doing it for the imam. You're doing it for yourself and the sake of Allah. Anything that you do there,
true.
You are one hot-headed person for somebody that doesn't have hair. Okay? Now, anything that you do for the mosque, if I ask you to come help me, just because you don't like Amira, doesn't mean that you should stop from coming to help me. Or if I say, hey, we need money for the mosque, just because you don't like Dr. Hussein doesn't mean you don't donate. That is one of the things that we need to overcome, is we need to stop taking personal attacks. You're right about towing the vehicles. You and I talked about this a long time ago, that we were going to do that. But then guess what it runs into? Oh, he did it because I'm Egyptian. Or he did it because I'm white. But he did it because I'm black.
But let them say it, because eventually, whoever does it, whether they're Egyptian, whether they're white, whether they're Pakistani, whether they're Palestinian, whether they're Indian, it doesn't matter. It's going to get towed. I mean, you know, listen, people talking anyway. People are going to talk all the time. So it doesn't matter whose car you towed or whatever. They're going to talk anyway.
Right.
You have to run an establishment.
Again, that's going back to what
you have to run an establishment, and you have to establish your well. Whoever students it hurts, let it hurt their feelings.
That's what we need. Everybody's helping to portray the message.
Hey, you're doing wrong. You know, you should do that. Just in front of everybody, tell them. And point your finger at him.
Yeah, we're not going to go that far. However,
this is.
Let's talk about this right now.
Wait, just focus on the main.
Yes.
The board, you guys have been doing a lot of great job.
Thank you.
And I see from both sides, the community actually is not helping. I mean, Sometime I come to the Isha prayer, I'll see 2 or 3 people with the Sheikh Sadiq.
Yes.
Sometime I come and just me and my little son, we turn around and we go back. We back home. So there is no support from the actual community from everything. If it's from helping outside, if you bring in a new sheikh and that new sheikh come and did not see 18 teenager kids. I mean, I watch a few speech for him in Chattanooga. I think he's awesome. He's an expert guy. The way he talked, the way he said, just he keep talking to the community there. Just bring me your kids. I will handle it. Just bring the kids. I want to see kids on Sunday school. Are we gonna have that for him?
He's committed to that.
I hope we'll do that. Inshallah. But we need support from everybody. There's a lot of, just like you said, sometimes in Eid here you see my 400 or 500 people. In Jum'ah prayer you see 100 people. In Isha prayer you see 2 or 3. Sometimes lucky if we're 10. So I think it's need more support from the individual than just keep planning. If you want to look my opinion, I'm probably gonna say it the way where I'm comfortable and my family comfortable. You know, he have different opinions. So if we're gonna take everybody's opinion and wanna do it the way you want it, it's not gonna work.
Let's give us an idea how we can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I think everybody should maybe fill a piece of paper, maybe have individual meeting, take all this opinion and see what's gonna work better for all, not just for 1 or 2.
Inshallah, we'll have a. We'll set that up. We'll have a big.
If he's involved, if he's involved, what do you call it? That will.
So maybe a better improving of the communication. That's another thing.
It's good.
When you guys talk about the help on the outside, I'll be honest with you, I already had a plan because I heard it just the day before.
So yeah, so the point wasn't to say that
try to take his idea and forward it. True.
Yeah, the point wasn't to say, hey, we're bemoaning the fact that people are not showing up. It has nothing to do with you personally or anybody in here. It's just the fact that we need your help to get the word out. There's 15 of us, 20 of us in here. All we're saying is that help us. Like you said before, right? Talk about don't park over there. Help us. Tell people don't park here.
We're done with 15 years. We're done with this.
No.
You guys don't understand. No. There's no more help right now. He's tired. He's tired. There's no more help. There's a decision. No parking. Red. You guys hire outside towing. Done. Right. There's no more help, brother. Brother, there's no help. That's it. We're done. We're done helping.
I can't finish my thoughts. Can I finish my thoughts?
Before you finish, one of the things, okay, what Adnan is saying, if I'm parking against the side of instead of the side of the road there, when you walk by, your mind should tell you, hey, tell him. But guess what? Everybody says, it's not my job. Why should I tell him?
Exactly.
The board needs to tell
That's
him.
what I just.
Okay.
That's what I said.
But listen, you're also hot-headed for half of the hair.
I think it's worse than I am, though.
I agree.
Let me tell you one perfect example.
At least I stop when you tell me
One
to stop.
perfect example, let me tell you. What was it, 3 weeks ago, I stood up here and I said, hey, if you guys find somebody unidentified in the parking lot, let us know. There was 15 to 20 people that walked in from the time that the brother stood outside and was handing everybody waters. Only one brother came up to me and said, hey, you got some unknown guy standing outside giving water to everybody.
I was here.
You was here. Did you tell me? I'm not putting you out.
No. I didn't see nobody outside. I was inside with you.
All right. So
Friday started.
One brother took the responsibility of telling me, what if that guy was outside poisoning people in the water? And we have everybody out there taking water. Or what if he's just trying to earn their trust and then later he's going to pull out a gun and start shooting everybody? The thing is everybody should accept the responsibility that this is everybody's mosque. It's not ours. We're doing this it's feasibility.
Brother,
We're doing
the same week, the same thing, the same day it happened with the water, the same thing happened with the big trucks parked outside.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to you right away. He said, okay, what do we need? I went outside and I saw him moving. I'm the only one, walked to him and said, brother, you're almost running. There's 2 guys behind you backing up. You almost hit the car behind you. There's a car parking on the side, and you got 18-wheelers trying to go over the curb.
You did your part, and I appreciate that. But
I'm the only one walked to him, as he said, pointing at him.
What I'm trying to get across is,
but you don't have a sign. You don't have a sign. This is not the driver's problem.
Everybody needs to do their part.
Everybody needs to
do their part. But at the same time, you know, everyone does their part. But at the same time, you know,
let's give a brother a chance.
You give a person the benefit of the doubt, but you can't just keep doing the whole same story for the next year or so. Does that make
No,
sense?
absolutely. No, there's no stories to be repeated.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not, when I said earlier before that because, you know, you can't say this gentleman, this and that, brother, don't do this. No, of course, you're gonna get benefit of that. But at some point, you know, if that person's not, people are not gonna listen, then you gotta put rules down and you have to follow rules. You have
Just
to.
curiosity, out of show of hands, who agrees we should call police and have the cars towed if there's something?
No. Listen, no.
I want to show
Brother, give a warning, give a warning.
we're gonna give a warning 1 month, and after that 1 month, it's gonna be told.
I've been on the board 4 years and I've been
I
getting
know.
warnings every Friday.
Brother, listen, we should handle it ourselves first.
That's why you stand out there with the best.
If I did pointed my finger to somebody that was you know, the way he was parking, and I said something. He was like,
What if he doesn't like what you say?
it's okay, it's his problem.
Okay.
I'm doing our thing.
Okay.
You know, if he's deal with it, he's gonna deal with it, okay? I told him the truth. I said, you should not park over there.
All right, new rule. Whoever's holding the mic can speak on it.
I don't agree with this like of action people. What we should do it in a nice way. Let's say like somebody can stick like a label or note in his windshield saying like we need to announce it first. Like we say, if anybody park in the no parking area, will be paid like $10 donated to the mosque. And then you get his license number, you know his name, you stick like a piece of paper on his windshield, like you are parking in a wrong spot, you have to pay $10 for the mosque. This is a nice way. If you do it a tough way, you might drive him off. He might not come here to the mosque anymore. Because you told his car, he gonna go back to his work. So think about it like in a different way. But if you stick like a note in his windshield, you got fined for $10 donated to the mosque because you parked in the wrong spot. So he's gonna smile and pay, and next time he wouldn't do it. But if you hurt
Who's gonna
him,
hold the card? Who's gonna give the ticket?
somebody can stay outside with like a small note, stick it in his windshield.
So please. Right, so yeah, so we
My
just said.
point is like, don't hurt anybody and grab him off. He's not coming anymore here because he can go back to his work. You told his car. This is not a nice way. So
That's exactly
just
right.
be,
Thank you.
do it in a nice way. This is one thing.
Couple of things. It's the nature of our religion that people need to be reminded all the time. And try not to spread the virus. There's a reason why certain things are repeated in the Quran several times to remind you. So we shouldn't get tired of reminding people. The idea here is that we are trying to get people to come to the mosque. So we should do things that encourage them to stay than sending them away. I mean, if I come and I have to go back to work, I could have done something wrong, but if my car is towed and I can't get back to work, maybe I get reprimanded at work, I'll start weighing the two things. Should I go back to the masjid next Friday, or I can try to work and that's it? Or should I go to another masjid anyway? So we can't have it both ways. We are trying to encourage people to come. So if we have the full masjid, now we are at liberty of saying, oh, we don't mind if one person doesn't show up. But if you're still looking for 10 people to come for Salah, and the ones that have come for Salah were doing things that are going to send them away, then it's not a good calculation. So I would suggest that we keep reminding. Sometimes we make announcements, and some people, as you said, have left already. They did the salam, they walk out before you even talk there. Or by the time you're talking, they were already on their phone talking to someone at work. So they did hear you make the announcement. I would suggest that we liaise with Brother Yusuf Ali about his services, about communication, the text messages, the emails, and we keep sending them out. Some people don't want text messages, at least they'll receive the emails. Others don't want the emails, they will receive the text messages. That way, there is always a communication. Even something about parking, they will see in the text, oh, Friday, please don't forget to park in the right parking spot. Even if they get it once a week, they'll always be reminded. And it will become part of their routine because they're reminded.
I see Walmart putting a sign or texting, please do not park
There
in
is
the
a
front of
big-
Walmart.
there is a business.
But they don't park there.
No, but they also have somebody that's working the parking lot too. And I agree with you on the communication. You also have the opportunity to opt out. But there's all kinds of opportunities. Go out. You can send out learning messages. It's everything. It's a form of communication. And then I would ask of the board too, if parking is a problem, I'll work the parking lot. Or I'll pay somebody to work the parking lot for that 1 hour. I actually enjoyed seeing the trucks out there. And I paid attention to the signs on the door. Did anybody pay attention to the signs on the door? They're both from Tennessee. And I'll take it one step further. I've seen a couple of brothers after Juma standing out there waiting on Uber. I volunteered to cancel Uber. I'm going right to the exit, jump in the car with me and my family, or jump in the car, and I've given them a ride to the truck stop. So it's the tractor and the trailer that they park over there.
Yeah.
But I personally would say, I like seeing people from other states or wherever they're coming from to take the time to come to Juma. That's the faith of a brother, you know, and that's really good. So I got a vest. I'll work the parking lot. I don't care. How can I help? How can we help to encourage more people to come? Thank you.
First, excuse my poor English. I try to explain if I can. First, I understand why the brothers are angry. They want the better for this masjid. However, I really appreciate the board because they are doing this voluntarily. They are not getting any money out of this. So I think we should not be very harsh on them. We should help them. Second thing, I've been living here for 3 years now, and I have been more engaged with Chattanooga Mosque, even though I'm living here. But really, truly, I'm thinking to be more engaged with the masjid here, and I want to be part of the change, and I want for the board to tell us exactly where should be volunteer. I mean, what part they want us to be volunteer at, and what work they want it to be done. And I'm thinking if we can do also subgroups. For example, if the family gathering every week, if we can do like subgroup who's like dedicated their time to make this gathering successful, to do programs for the kids, to do like maybe we can make everyone, we can bring some dishes from the home. So no need to, there's no need to put a lot of expenses on this gathering. Maybe we can do it just simple gathering. I mean, even if there's like 10 or 5, we still do the gathering in a small base. So yeah, thank you.
I think the subgroup is very important.
The sub is very important for you.
I think you need at least a group for the Ramadan. Oh, no, I thought it's me.
We definitely need.
But issues been going on for 15 years.
Somebody speaking in the
We have sisters.
My name is Muraiza, and I have been part of this community for as long as I can remember. I just want to say a quick little maybe question or kind of a suggestion. I know that we say that the community here is dying, right? We're not really coming together, and I think that a lot of it could come from that community gathering that we want to make. Now, I do kind of want to propose sort of a
a middle ground. So we want to connect our youth, right? A big thing is connecting our youth to this masjid, to this deen, right? Because that is our future. Our future is the children that we have here in the community. So I just want to create kind of maybe a segue or maybe a kind of a co-group of maybe really focusing in on that youth aspect. Now, I'm not sure if that could be like a youth group specifically. I know that we have the Dalton MSA here, who, mashallah, has been growing. But we want to also bring that in. I know that a lot of the youth here in Dalton actually go to the youth in Chattanooga. Like, there's a very big community there. Is there any way that we can like really kickstart that here and maybe even bring in that community from Chattanooga in collaboration with them? I know that we keep saying that we want to create a youth group, but we really need to kickstart that unit again. And I remember a couple of years ago, actually, one of the community members here actually they created this thing called Bridges, and that really brought in ages from middle school all the way up to high school, where we went on like trips. We went on a camp, and that was one that we were talking about earlier. We still remember that camp. I still remember that camp. So bringing in these opportunities with that youth group, I think that is something that we could really get started, maybe inshallah with this, with our new sheikh here at the masjid, that we can kind of bring in that youth again. And I know that is something that I really want to kind of maybe even be, I want to be a part of it, right? I know that our sisters and brothers here in our community want that to happen, and want our youth to really be part of the masjid. And I know that with the youth coming in, our parents will be coming in, the community will start bringing that up. So I was just thinking maybe if that is an option or a place for us to start, that's something that, inshallah, I kind of want to be part of.
And this is going to happen also with the website, not just the imam. The website for the youth especially. Be engaged more in the website. We can post these volunteers in Ramadan. This is definitely we need to start work with it right now. To be prepared. Volunteer with parking. As you said, you get best. All the masajid, they have the youth from the community. During them, at the beginning of the salah, they are wearing dresses and waiting outside. This might help at the beginning until we reach.
We're waiting for the volunteers. We have the best. We're waiting for the volunteers.
Okay, so at least we have the most.
You guys never asked for volunteers. Nobody did.
We asked
and never in my Jum'ah before the prayer, anybody said who's going to volunteer around the parking lot? Never. I said, to who?
We did to the community.
To who? When?
Even when we had dangerous situations, just for security outside.
So just to kind of recap.
So we did. And we never heard of it. Nobody listened to any who's going to wear the vest today.
We have a brother that committed, I will work the parking lot every Friday. Or I will hire somebody. He's committed to that. Okay. Are you committed to?
I'm on the road, bro. I cannot commit nothing. I'm on the road. So I'm here.
Once a month, are you committing?
If I'm here, I'm committed. If I'm here, you see me on Friday, I'm committed that Friday.
Commitment doesn't have if.
No. My situation is different. My work's different. Okay, I cannot commit nothing I'm not here for.
Let's start talking.
If I'm in here on Friday, yes, I'm committed that Friday.
Said about the.
If I come to a Friday prayer, yes, I am.
I mean, that's
a different situation.
I mean, the little kids, they're going to look up to the teenagers. So they're going to look up to the older kids.
You're committed.
If I'm here on that Friday,
you're committed to once a month. You're going to host. Listen, with our help, you're going to host a community gathering, whether it's with food or without food. You're going to be gone for the next 4 months.
Fine. If I'm here, I'm in it.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. I got my homework.
We'll pick the day that he is here. We'll pick the day that he is here.
Yeah.
We'll pick the day that you are.
Okay, that's fine.
We can start just put a note. Just rather not.
The thing is, guys, everybody can stand here and we can all present ideas. We can all stand here and present ideas to the board. Like Brother Hassam said, he's been on the board for over 8 or 10 years.
More.
Or more.
And he's that. Why?
It went so bad.
You can stand here and you can expect the board to do everything.
That's why I think nothing changed.
But nothing happens. You know why? Because there's a lot of stuff to do behind the scenes.
Right.
What we need people today to do is if you have an idea, Brother Islam says, hey, I have an idea for the community camp, which I know he hates based on his physical or impressions. But if he says, hey, I've got an idea, I want to take the kids out to a community gathering, whether it be camping, here's what I need from you guys. Here's my plan. Here's what I need from you guys. I'm going to get this person to volunteer. I'm going to get this person to volunteer. This is what I'm going to do. What do you guys say? I promise you, 99% of the time, we're going to say, do it. What kind of help do you need? But if you're going to stand here and say, man, y'all never do anything, it's just, y'all are just in there for nothing. We can't do it. You need to come up with that. Like the sister said, she wants to get the community together as the young ones. Please, by all means, take the lead on that. Present an idea. Present how you're going to do it.
And we will back it up.
And we'll back it up, whether it be financially or by getting the word out.
Okay. I got 27 employees that have a bunch of ideas on what I should do with my money. I look for people that are solution oriented that say, here's what I can do. Okay. I don't need suggestions. I need people to say, here's what I can do. Don't spend my money. Sorry.
I think we just got 3 volunteers. One right here for the community, one right here for the website. I'm going to volunteer to try to solve your parking issue. Okay?
Okay. I think this is
I will present my idea to you guys later on, but I will hopefully solve that problem.
I help you with another bill.
I solved the parking issue with one of them. Just give me a hand and I'll show you what to do.
But only on the weeks you're here. But only on the weeks that you're here. What about the week that you're not here?
Just give me the best.
The idea is
I volunteer for the best.
We have the best.
Sorry.
That's what I
What you got there, man, that's a big one. Concentrate on the youth, and then have something, have gatherings. And honestly, gatherings, like you said, if I can bring something, it doesn't have to be a extravagant gathering. Kids don't care. When my kids want to come here, it's because Tariq's kids are coming, Ali's kids are coming, and Farid's daughter's coming. That's why he wants to come here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about getting the kids involved and do a program. And listen, I don't want to be critical here, but like these inflatables you guys get every time, with all due respect, y'all pay what, $300-400 for inflatable each one?
$1,700 each.
No, each inflatable?
Oh no, $1,700 for each.
Okay, you can go buy $2,000 for the inflatable to use them for 10 years. Those little things we don't have to worry about. And even if it's to a point. Listen, in Florida, when I did we went to the masjid. Everybody had sweets, coffee. Everybody sat down for 2-3 hours gathering, and then everybody went home. Everybody went and ate with their families somewhere. You don't have to have $4,000 or $5,000 worth of dinner with $7,000. How much is that? $7,000?
You ever eat? Yeah.
I'm saying no. The whole purpose of the gathering, not for the food. Bring some donuts or dessert. Every household bring a dessert. Bring somebody come, bring coffee. And all the time let me talk to you. Hey, how are you doing? How's your day been for a couple hours? And then I take my family and then we're about to dinner.
That's exactly what I said. It does not matter. It does not matter.
It's the purpose of bringing the people together.
That first Saturday or Sunday, hey, a gathering is here. Whoever want to bring sweet, his own food. It does not have to be a committed to it. It's a day and set up after Ben Asr, Maghrib, and after that, the Sheikh want to do Jalsa, Maghrib and Isha, or before Maghrib. That's another thing we can get into.
I'm just telling you how we do it in Florida, and it was fun.
How do you deal with him at the home?
So in this case, we're going to lose the biryani. We're not bringing the food here.
Okay. First of all,
So sorry, this is it for his family. This is it.
More than 20 years. We kept discussing the same problems: donations, attendance, volunteers, same like repeating. We don't know for sure what. Nothing changed so far. So I think we need to reach to the people. First of all, we need to mention our goal as a Darul Islamic Center. What is our goal for this community? So when they understand what we need to raise our kids and our grandkids and keep them Muslims and keep them the right way and keep maintaining this place. We don't want to see this place like empty or nobody attending. So we need to mention our goal as a community, what we need from you, the community. They don't understand. They think they're going to come pray or come eat and then go back. No, we should feel as a community, as a board member, to mention to the people, this is our goal. Our goal to keep this community and keep our kids and keep the generations to come Muslims, not converted, not become like a different thing. And this is very scary. So when we mention our goal for our community, then let's ask them, we need to know the reasons. Why don't donate? Why don't attend? Why don't volunteer? Everybody will attend with a reason. If we can help him to solve this problem, or help them to volunteer, attend, or donate, at least we don't only mention the problem, but we find solutions for the problem. For 20 years, we kept mentioning the same problems. Nothing changed. But we don't have solutions. So think about the other side. Why don't donate? Well, I can donate only $20. Well, that's good. Or maybe, why don't attend? Can you volunteer? Can you help? Why not? So you know the other side reasons. Why don't come to pray in Aisha? Well, I live at the far side of the city. When I come here, I found that I'm finished. Because it's just 10 minutes on the Iqamah or 5 minutes on the Iqamah. I found myself like myself. So this is the reason. So you can ask the Imam, okay, just make it 15 minutes, make it 20 minutes. This brother used to just mention he's in Risaka, maybe 20 minutes for me. So he cannot attend the Isha prayers. And in fact, because we are part of the problem, but we don't see it. We need to ask the people, why don't attend? Well, because, when I hear the adhan, I come here, I find everybody finished. So this is okay, how can we fix it? So we need to ask the people, what's your reasons? Why don't donate? Why don't attend? And then we're trying to find solutions, and then you will find like a good community, cooperating, attending, donating, and everything. But you need to know the other side reasons. Why?
I think Brother Nadeem was going to say something and I interrupted earlier. Go ahead with whatever you have to say.
Assalamualaikum, brother. I was trying to say that issue we had always been going on for the last, I've been here for almost 30 years, been having the same problems, same issues, same discussion. This time we have, alhamdulillah, new members, but old faces, but new year start with it. I appreciate if we have any kind of activity, anything can happen. I would say two things, but I hope we have it separate. But the thing is, if anybody come here and got hurt and something like that, board member need, and either somebody need to be participated to go to his house, ask the family member how the person doing, how they doing. Man, that's how we're going to build the relationship with them. A lot of people is back out for reading this mosque because they said every time we go to the Jummah pray, they just ask for money, donation, donation, donation. But they never did ask us how we feel it, how we can do better to become close to the community. Nobody never has said it. But please, we have 5 members. If you guys need another helper, if you make it one person each week to go somebody who is sick or somebody in a financial problem, you go ahead and ask them. Do not ask them, tell them, okay, we're going to give you God money and something like that. Any way you can help, just ask them. I think we can build a better relationship with the community, with all the Muslim people, just for doing that. And I think we're going to prove ourselves to be this big masjid. We make a big masjid, but our bad luck, we did not make no more Muslim in here. We cannot get Muslim in here because of our attitude, the way we are taught. We was going so plain beginning with it. But after that, the chicken fight was started. I was so upset about it. I didn't say nothing to it. Let one person speak, then we're going to come to the solution. Let board member need to be right and everybody complain. Do not say at the same time, answer them. That means you are prepared for it, you don't want to fix the problem. Tell them later on, brother, that's what you said, that's what we come up with it, that's how we're going to fix the problem. Okay? When we do like this kind of uneducated talk, we have heard you going on. Brother got upset, we all got pretty much upset about it. Because of that reason, we did not let one person finish his comment, whatever he talked about it. And that's not the right way. That's why we always have the same issue over and over and over. We cannot get to the solution. Please, on future reference, I can give advice to the board member, all the community, when there's a new brothers coming, welcome him on the door. Any other person coming, welcome to them before they leave. Everybody needs to be shake hand, say welcome to the new Muslim, and whatever, however we can make him feel comfortable. That's how we're going to build donation. That's how we can build people in masjid. That's how we can build a better community, which we always failed with that the last 30 years. We make a big, huge masjid, but we did not make enough good Muslim people in here. Why? It's our weakness. So we need to work on that since we have all the new faces. Sister need to get another sister to raise her hand. Anybody have any kind of issue, go say hi, hello once a week, once a month and something. Make them feel comfortable to come to the masjid. In here, whatever I see it, Brother Sam have friends in here, they don't want to come in. Brother Musal have his friend, they come in. Brother Abdul have a friend, they come in. Other than the community, all 400 people, nobody come in. Why? Because of that reason. Reason is, we never make him feel comfortable. We never build a relationship with him. We always have a problem with the parking lot, donation, fix this and this and this. Please, make a good relationship. Then you can do that. That's all I can say. But I will respect this in the next 4 years. Probably our member, they can do better and come up with a better solution. So we can make a good, better Muslim in here and have a good relationship with all of them. But please do not hang up on the parking lot. Let it go. We're going to move on to the Ramzan's coming. We're going to come up with something better idea for how we're going to be. We will make a good Eid, make a good Ramzan. And other things, slow by slow, we can do it. So, Assalamu alaikum.
Anybody else got anything? Inshallah. Thank you everybody for coming out.
Thank you everybody for coming. And where Brother Nadeem say if there's anybody sick in our Muslim community, I'll personally, if I know, I will go from Dalton Islamic Center and visit them. If you know anybody, I go with it. Let me know. Nadeem voluntarily, he helps. If you know anybody, he can let me know and I'll go. So that's I think is a good point too. We need to check our community too. If somebody's sick or something like that, we need to, or they need food or some kind of help, we should ask them for help.
The only thing.
I have one last thing. Ramadan is going to be very soon. So I think from my experience, I think we need a group who can manage who's going to bring food tonight. And if Amir is bringing food, I will ask Adnan to bring another so we don't overlap. The other thing, I think this group needs to be responsible putting the food up, making sure whoever brings the food, take their food or put it in the fridge. So I think every night you see people running right after the salah, trying to clean after and stop the food or throw it away. That's the only thing.
Us to make one group.
Just one group for Ramadan, responsible who's going to get the food, who's going to put the food up, who's going to clean after.
I think we need a group to clean up.
Yes.
Bringing the food is not a big deal. We have the schedule. So whoever is sponsored one night or some people sponsoring, some, so they will bring it. But the issue is to take
Clean
off
up.
the team. So we need to
make
go for that.
Make it your responsibility. If you're going to sponsor a thug, make it your responsibility to clean up. Just because you brought the food, don't feel like you did a favor.
I don't agree about that.
Say, hey, it's my iftar, it's my
duty to make sure the area is clean. And I'm one of those persons, if we're gonna act on something,
To
might as well.
an extent, but man, to be honest with you,
No.
some people, they don't really watch all those kids, it's a mess. I mean, with all due respect, I don't see how,
It is.
Sometimes I look at that, I'm like, I mean, who did this? It's really
I understand.
disgraceful.
But somebody
does it.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody has to contribute. If you have 3, 4 kids, you want your kids to just throw everything on the floor, that's not, you clean up, okay, yes, but I'm not gonna clean up your kids throwing all this stuff over the floor. I mean, that's disrespectful.
We need a group to clean up. Not that we have 30 days of.
Who wants to volunteer? The other people here, who's gonna volunteer to clean up after? I'll volunteer.
Talking about volunteering,
Whenever you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
give
a
a
hammer. We have sisters. We have sisters that always clean up.
I have just one more thing, maybe, I don't know how to bring up, like, in Chattanooga, I've been going every Friday. I'm taking my family pretty much every Friday in Chattanooga, just for the activity and just the way they have the community together. In Dalton here, the only one pretty much that I really feel the community or helping the community really good, Brother Rafiq. He's very knowing that he has a mechanic car, he have a dealer car, anybody need cars, he go there, he's willing to help with everything. But I'm sure we have plumbers, I'm sure we have electricians, I'm sure we have other things that he can be in the community where the community can take advantage and help the people. At the same time, he can advertise for his business, Absolutely. For example, also Brother Abdurrahman, mashallah, he's been in the community 3 years, he's a hafiz. When he go to Chattanooga, he goes also every Friday. They have, mashallah, like 3, 4 strong imam there. When Abdurrahman's there, everybody step back and they let him do their prayers. So, yeah, mashallah, so we're not taking advantage of those things,
You're
so
absolutely
inshallah,
right.
that's something we can address to get. We have doctors.
Yes.
Why we don't do one day, the doctors they can do, free checkup for family in general,
That is some of the things, and inshallah, what we're trying to do is also be able to advertise our locality, okay? Which means, if I'm a plumber, I want to be able to tell the community, hey, if all your plumbing needs, come see me. He's a repair guy, I don't trust his work, but, no, I'm sure. He fixes cars. I want him to be able to come out here and introduce himself.
I have good plumber.
You're a good plumber?
I said yes or
It doesn't
no.
matter, Muslim or not, it's more or less.
You want part-time. So he's really good on the price.
But the thing is we come up with these solutions in settings like this. We'll kind of draw this out a little longer, but if you have anything that you feel like the masjid can benefit from, please.
The brother right there, he summed it down. Really, we start arguing we jump from the partners. Yeah. But as a member, the first thing I asked the board, I said, let's set up one day a month. That we're gonna bring the community. He's gonna help the new imam. Okay, that's gonna help. First Saturday, does not matter.
I will commit. First Saturday, or I'm sorry, Sunday, which is Saturday. Sunday school teachers get mad at me for Sundays. Every Saturday, from Maghrib to Isha, we will set up a community gathering. Okay?
Keep it from Asr to Al-Asha. From Asr to Asha. Whoever wants to come out.
I'm not sitting here for that one.
That's
the only time with my kids that I have on the weekends. So between Maghrib to Isha, we will hold a community gathering where you bring your own food. We will supply the drinks, we'll supply donuts and things
That's
like
letting
that.
them, a light so we could go around it. Really it is.
Bring me ribeye steak. But I'm only bringing drinks and donuts. Okay? So inshallah, every first Saturday of every month, we will have after Ramadan, or at least next couple. So we will have a community gathering. But the ones that have requested this, I better see y'all's face here. Okay?
He's already excused. He said if.
Yeah, there's no ifs.
Yeah.
It's first Saturday, so you don't really.
Inshallah.
So that's one of those inshallahs like.
My work is never, I'm not in Dalton. My work is not in Dalton, guys.
Community, not family, community.
Community, yes.
I'm the only fan.
I'm your brother.
Each person is $20.
الشيخ الجديد بيجي كمان American one for
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be back on the. And going back to Sheikh Sadiq, inshallah, not next Friday, but the Friday after that, we will hold a little small reception for him after Jummah. That'll be his last Jummah as the Imam. Please take the time to thank him for his service. Thank him for the time that he spent with us. We have gained a lot of knowledge from him. And he has spent a lot of time with us. So next Friday, but the Friday after that, the 15th, I'll send a message on the 13th. And also, one other thing, and I'm going to say this bluntly, this decision is solely to benefit our community. There is no foul play involved. I don't want to hear any rumors saying, "Oh man, they fired him because he was not good," or "They fired him because they." It was a mutual agreement for him to step down. Okay, that is plainly said. Please do not start anything that is not being accurate.
So he's not fired.
He's not fired. This is a mutual agreement for him to step down. Okay? So inshallah, thank you everybody. Make sure you take all the extra food and stuff. Feed it to the children, kids, animals.
بص انت عندك مشكله في حاجه هقول لك ايه هي اتفضل انت بتتكلم عن في اوتسايد درايفر جايين حاجه عن انا حكيت من غير هم الناس اللي فيها انا هشيل
Normally they get used to it. The second issue. The second issue هم بدهم التوينج. The second issue.
Who's the new sister? The new sister?
Yeah, this is see the hat this one.
I know brothers look like her.
I've also seen some that look like two guys.
It was not fun.
No, it wasn't. I didn't get it.
It's a job. Good job.
So yeah, this is every Monday now.
قال له خلاص اتصرفت
ما يسمى جبت الشمبره بتاعت الكومود انها
ظبط شويه
مش كل
بس هم ديرون
عارف كم مره كتير منهم في
يا راجل دمر الدنيا بيكتبوا حاجات مش
I'll attach it because a lot of people have 2 sets of keys. Did you have 4 sets?
you want to get the same results, well, expect different results. If what you're doing doesn't change. When you keep asking for different results, that's not going to happen unless it changes both ways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a big thing. No, but you call me like it. You're not putting the circle. No, not in a parking lot. You should go. He was in the parking lot. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But this is from the place with you. I see, you see results, and you see the communication, you see everything, so they're not there. Yeah, exactly. They are always a group together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they want to go. So as long as you keep these kids and the older kids all together, and the older kids looking over the little kids and teaching them stuff, that's what's going to be the next generation. For the board. The board. They're bored, and because they look there, and honestly, they're all there. Even as an adult, we come to great. They're like, they know what else fail. As an adult. So we can't expect kids more when they go to something where we can't do. It's not going to happen. That's why I say you have to keep them together. And even have like regardless of age, regard. And other women 100%. Yes.
Well, you see, I think I told you before, but I don't think it's the board. I still go to the street. So I have to see, of course, what the board outside, it's not good money. So I think we do it. Yeah, so I think we do it. What you have to see is that. So I don't know what the we can say, we can get something. You don't need to smoke, you can say, you can take those,
Once again, the people have to feel, for people to be generous for that, people have to feel like, hey, you know what, this is moving, there's progress, there's unity, there's, I mean, listen, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm saying this, it's a habit, but you know what, the kind of guys is I said earlier.
So, problem about that, I go out of my way. As I don't want something outside for me, I'm going to put it on purpose.
Lord, did you not hear what I said earlier? Earlier, I said the kids don't see groups. That's the point I made earlier. I said, you know, the kids, they don't see groups. They don't see groups. The kids, they're going to go play. They don't see, Indian, Palestinian, Israeli. They don't see. It's not, I mean, it took him a second too. It took him, he took a second.
Listen,